Heroes, A Soldier's Life, a Frank and Rich production. What's your name, rank, and branch served?
Well, I'm RA in the Army.
What's your name?
My name is Perry Campanella. I was a Special 6, was the highest rank that I ever got. I was reduced to a Private E2 in the end before I left. But it's a hell of a story, the way the progression of it all went. I did serve in Vietnam for a year, and I was drafted in the Army at I was drafted in the Army 18, but I was making like $300,000 in Puerto Rico a year, and I got drafted, so I stayed another year, 19 years old, and then they told me that I had to be RA or they're going to put me in jail.
What made you want to be a soldier? What made you want to be a soldier?
I didn't want to be a soldier. I was making $1 million in Puerto Rico.
Were you drafted?
Yeah, I was drafted.
Okay.
And they said that.
How'd your friends and family react to that?
Well, my friends and family said I should go to Canada because
right.
I was making too much money. I was making so much money. Why would I want to join the Army?
So you were drafted then?
Yeah, I was drafted.
Do you regret being a soldier at all?
Huh?
Do you regret being a soldier at all?
Well, as a soldier, you know, I went through the most vigorous training that the military could ever impose on anybody. And I ended up in Vietnam fighting for my life.
Can you share some of those stories from the battlefield to now?
Well, the deal behind that is, yes, when we got hit by, we were 350 men one night, and the next morning when we woke up, we were 50 men. And the reason I know that is because my friend from Carlisle, Pennsylvania sent me a box of cigars, and I handed them out to everybody alive. So there's only 50 guys alive out of 350 guys. And I was
what happened to them?
It was a big war. You gotta understand, I was ready reaction. My job was to go in, any skirmish, 24 hours a day, to go in and support our troops. I was in the tanks, the infantry. I was in the, mechanized troop. Man.
Did you get any decorations for that?
Yeah, I got 3 Bronze Stars for my supporting this in saving lives.
For your heroic.
Oh yeah, I'm a 3 Bronze Star with Valor, okay, with the V device for saving people's lives.
And what did you do specifically?
Well, I can give you one situation where we went into action and we were a whole team. The front tank got hit by heavy machine gun fire. Everybody died, and the rest of us were trailed behind it. We couldn't move. So I ran across the field while they were shooting at me with heavy machine gun fire and RPG launchers. And then I got in the front tank. I drove it. Then I went up into the turret and I started shooting my 50 caliber, 90 caliber, and 50. I was just blowing everything away.
How big are those
trying
bullets?
to get us going.
How big are those bullets? Can you show me like with your
Well,
finger?
50 caliber was this big. Okay, 90 caliber was like this big.
And when you were blowing everything up that moved?
I was blowing everything up. I saved a lot of lives that day. As a matter of fact, my entire company could not have made it out of there if it wasn't for me.
Did you have any problem with your dental work and your teeth?
Well, yes, I got a gum disease up in there, and I didn't want to leave because my troops depending on me. So I put a bayonet in my gums and I drained the fluids, and I had to pull some teeth just in order to survive without having to go in the base.
You used a bayonet to pull your teeth out?
Yes, I did. I used the bayonet to pull my teeth out. It's the only thing I had at the moment, and a little pair of pliers. And I did do that. I did do that.
How long would it take you to get those?
Well, that took me a long time because I hadn't had the status of 100% service connected
The
disability.
VA didn't give you teeth for how many years?
Well, no, it was like 40 years before I even found out I could process. It's like they kept the process away. And then finally I did get the process, and now I'm totally compensated. Let me tell you something. While I was in Vietnam, some of my friends died because of mistakes from our own troops, you know? Like, for example, we were on the bridge, they asked my buddy to go out there, and then they used a missile that was a scatter round instead of a missile, and they blew him away, and he died right on the bridge. He died right on the bridge because they made a mistake by using the wrong round in the tank. And then, you know, I got stories where they like blew up gas, diesel balloons, you know, by pulling a grenade, making a mistake. A lot of our men died by mistakes.
What happened on the bridge with the mailman?
Well, on the bridge, it was New Year's Eve, and he was coming into town. He was coming into base camp, and I told him don't leave. And he was looking for directions, so he split, and he went on his route, and I knew he was going to die because whoever told him directions was lying to him. So I went and I took my armored personnel carrier, and I drove over a bridge with just the railings. I drove over it, and I got to the other side. I saved the guy's life and sent him back.
And nobody else was
he
willing to
loved
do
me
that.
since then. No.
You had to go on the railings of the bridge?
I had to drive on the railings of the bridge because there was no platform.
Oh, the bottom of the bridge was gone?
Yeah, it was gone. It was blown up. So I had to drive this APC over the rails. I was going like this.
Pretty dangerous.
I mean, you know, I had like how much ammunition and how much, you know, just the rounds and everything. Man, I could blown everything up.
What happened in the munitions bunker when you fell asleep?
Well, you know, I fell asleep one night, and I woke up, and it was rat-a-tat-a-tat-a. And you know, the next morning, we were getting shot at. And my friend got up next to me, and we were starting to shoot. He got a piece of shrapnel in his eye, and I had to put him on my back and get him out of there. And when we looked out at the armored personnel carrier, there was a missile stuck in the armored personnel carrier, and it was bloated out like I could have died right there. I don't even know why that thing didn't do it.
It was a dud?
Yeah, it was a dud. And the fin was sticking out, but the hit made it swell like a balloon. It's galvanized metal in these things. But
I guess you're pretty lucky you didn't get killed on that one.
I was very lucky then. I was very lucky then when I was going on a search and destroy mission. And I was going into an enemy bunker. My rifle wouldn't fit in the hole, and I looked down, and there was a cat wire across my feet and grenades on both sides. So I was lucky that time too, you know.
So how's it been since you got out of Vietnam?
Well, since I came out of Vietnam, I didn't know anything about the benefits or anything. It was like 40 years after I came out of Vietnam. I struggled throughout my life working, and then they told me that I had some benefits coming, and I started.
Nobody told you when you got out that you had benefits coming?
Nobody told me nothing.
And you tried to get it and you couldn't get anything?
Well, when I started applying, there was controversy, but then they could see that this is a war hero in a combat situation. My ears got blown out. My ears got blown out from explosions out of tank. My friend died on the tank, you know, and inside my body there was damage also from getting blown up and banging down, and I had bones and vertebrae destroyed. So they finally compensated me $29,000, you know, for the compensation from broken bones and this and that and the other thing. But you see, now they realize that I was also involved in Agent Orange as a herbicide. Uh, a herbicide infection, you know, in the lungs. So they finally realized that. And I'm still trying to collect from the Agent Orange claim that I have in the military.
Are they helpful at the VA?
Well, they're very helpful, but they're procrastinating.
Everything takes forever?
It takes forever for the processing and the procedures. But I got the best of help. Except for my bronchitis from the herbicides that I've been through, you know.
Are you getting benefits now?
I'm getting enough benefits to support my family and yes. So at any rate, look, I've had a hell of an experience. I never wanted to go in the Army, never mind shoot people and get shot at. But I understand that I was also defending our country, and so you guys could see what, you know, what foreign countries could do our country if we let them loose and come in here.
Well, we were very fortunate to have brave men like you to defend the country.
Yes, because I was exceptional. I was always in a position to react to extraordinary situations and save a lot of lives.
And keep the men alive.
I kept a lot of men alive. I brought a lot of Americans back home because of my good decisions and my
Well, we really
my
appreciate it.
dedication, you know.
Well, Perry, it was really nice to speak to you today and get your side of the story. And we're hoping in the future that you can feel better and get the benefits you deserve.
Well, you see,
Because you are a hero.
I got my smile, you know. They gave me a smile, and I'm happy about that. You know.
Well, that's
after
good.
all that.
It just took forever.
Yeah, it just took forever, but
It shouldn't have to take forever.
But I have my smile.
I
you
say
know.
this.
I
It
have
didn't
my
take
smile,
forever for you to
know.
pick up the gun and start killing all the enemy, but it took forever to get the benefits.
But I got my smile, and I love this country, and I love my life.
That smile makes you look a lot better, Perry.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, you have a good day, and thanks for your time.
Well, thank you so much, fellas, for the interview, and I hope that this will be a good learning lesson for others to see what it's like to be exposed to such a war and tragic situations.
Yep. Okay, so long.
Thank you.